Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, y'all.
Morning. Well, we are in the truck, as y'all see. We are mobile today. I've been showing y'all a bonfire for about 3 days, so I figured I'd show y'all a different view today. Bonfire's doing good, by the way.
Oh, it's doing great.
We are burning some stuff now. It was midnight last night, and we was out there driving Uber. And all throughout the day, I've been taking the grapple and stoking it and all of that other stuff. Me and him actually went on a walkabout last night about midnight.
I was in bed.
Yeah,
Peace out, homie.
Yeah, she rode out on us. So we started out by the fire, and the next thing you know, we walked here and there, and we back there by the power lines, looking at the new property and looking at trees that needed to be cut down and stuff. You know, that's that mountain life. I love it.
It's awesome. I mean, I love doing that. We don't walk too much in the dark around ours, but you know, I may have to make a trip to a store because somebody's got this flashlight that it doesn't matter how dark it is. It feels like high noon. You light that thing up.
Yeah,
it's
got 3 settings. Y'all seen me buy it on Homesteading or whatever at Harbor Freight. And I was actually looking for a spotlight, and they was proud of it. It was about $47 or something like that, but it's worth every penny.
Oh, I just watching it now. I didn't care what he said it was going to cost. I'm going to buy one.
Yeah.
You didn't run that past me?
Yeah.
Don't tell her I'm going to buy one.
That way we could get it. See, he's going to ask for forgiveness, not permission.
That's what they said you got to do. And we've always had a deal in a pact. Like, we actually, it's funny, we're one of those that we don't go into Harbor Freight together because we won't tell each other no on buying a tool. But if we go in by ourselves, we're kind of like, well, maybe not that we ever say no to one another for tools, but it's that thought that, well, maybe I won't get this because, you know, she won't. So
I love my tools too, y'all. So it is hard when you have two tool lovers. And
I don't have that problem. I go and I walk down every aisle, even though I just went there for a paintbrush. And next thing you know, I got a whole buggy full of stuff. And I'm one of their members too, you know, because I live at that place. And I always end up with a whole lot of stuff. And tradition for me is, because when moving here, I came here with nothing, no tools, no nothing, because I got rid of all of my stuff when I left Florida. You know, nuts and bolts and washers and all that kind of stuff, and they always got those variety packs.
Yeah, all their convenient
stuff. So every time I go into Harbor Freight, no matter what I go for, I buy at least one of those multi-packs of something. Screws, Carter, like we needed Carter keys for the tractor yesterday.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Carter keys missing water. I said, I got every flavor you want. You know what I mean? And I just buy random stuff like that just to kind of stockpile and to have. So Harbor Freight's great for that.
Well, and a big one for me where it holds me back right now is there's plenty of stuff there that I want to buy and I will buy, but not until I get my shop up because, you know, it's trying to live the life out of Harbor Freight sheds as a garage. It just...
I know that life.
It's
I know all about that.
It's mandatory homestead life. You've got to have it. You know, you're not a homestead without 2 of the Harbor Freight sheds.
Yeah, it was good to see yesterday as I'm watching the men work, and back and forth between the Harbor Freight shed and the project. And I'm like, okay, I don't feel so bad now because that's our life.
And until we get our shops and get organized and all that other stuff, which I'm taking big steps to that right now. That's kind of the motto that I'm going off of right now.
I know that's exciting. You got me thinking with doing yours, but we've got a design and an idea of how we want ours, and you know, we've almost bit the bullet. We went shopping for the big metal carport sheds and stuff like that, and
well, for me, the first year was surviving basically.
Yeah,
getting to a point that I could survive. Second year has been comfort and fine-tuning stuff and animals and getting them situated and stuff. Year 3, 2 to 3, you know, for me is organization and getting all of my equipment out of the weather.
Yeah.
Uber is a very expensive, valuable tool on my property, and it's been sitting outside for 2 years. And everybody's like, oh, just build a pole barn. It's not that easy in the mountains, guys.
No.
You don't just go dig holes in the mountain. It's a process, trust me. Or else it would already be built. So one of my number 1 goals this year is storage. and solar. If I get started on the cabin this year, great. But if not, so be it. The tiny house is getting more and more comfortable every day.
You got to get your greenhouse too.
Yep.
Get your
groceries
I gotta
get
growing.
some groceries. That's high top priority. That I don't see that as like a project. I see that as like something that has to happen. You know, that's just evolution. You know.
Yeah. Well, and we did that last year. You know, I mean, we're just now starting year 2 on our property, which is hard to believe, really. But we're just starting, and yeah, I mean, we were still living in the camper, but it was like, man, we need to start on that groceries. And so the first thing, boom, we got chickens, and then turn around and we got to get the greenhouse up. We got to get growing, and you know, so it does take away from some of the building and infrastructure projects, but those are things that
it's been feeding us all winter.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
you just, with grocery prices the way they are.
I didn't do it last year because I knew I was so busy just trying to get to the comfort part, get your basic necessities like a toilet and a sink and a shower and all that kind of other stuff.
Right.
I knew I would never be able to maintain it. You know what I mean? So it would be a wasted effort and a waste of money and everything else. I feel like now I'm at a point to where I could, and I'm not going to go too crazy the first year. I'm going to have a whole area planned for it, but I'm going to start small. A couple raised beds and stuff like that just to grow me some basics and stuff. I am a single guy out on a mountain. I don't need a ton of stuff.
Yeah,
well, you mean you don't want to be you don't want to feed 2 people with 306 tomato plants like somebody decided to do last year?
You always need tomato sauce, man. Spaghetti's good.
And I've made all of our tomato product. I mean, we could probably not do a garden this year and still have more than enough that I've put away and preserved, but I'm still going to do it, and I'm still going to preserve, and I'm still going to put it away, because you know, what happens if
you never not need food?
Yeah, you gotta have it.
Maybe one day I'll have me a partner out there that's good at canning and all that other stuff, because I know nothing about it. I did buy a pressure cooker last year, though, just in case they sold out.
I'm a great teacher.
And I'll be able to get to that point where I can kind of do all of that stuff. Right now, I'm looking for more like be able to go pick it, put it in a pot, and cook it, and eat it. You know what I mean? Store a little bit there. I eventually want to get to the point where I can can and, you know, all that stuff, put stuff away. But right now, I don't even have no room to put nothing away. So I don't have enough room for the stuff I got right now. Like you said,
that there is nothing better. And it doesn't matter, even if you go to the grocery store and you buy the organic or all this fancy fruit. No. When you go out and you pick that from your own plant that you planted, watered, fertilized, did everything, and then it makes the meal way good.
One of my favorite things is I love chef salads.
Oh, for sure.
And I had a pretty decent sized garden when I was married there in Florida. And man, it was just great. And even my ex-wife loved it. She ain't really into the farm life that much, but she loved the fact that she could go out there and pick some lettuce and pick some tomatoes and pick this and that, some cucumbers and stuff like that, and make a nice salad. And I used to love it.
I'm looking forward to it. We all summer last year, that was us.
Yeah.
Was, hey, time for lunch. She would clip from the garden as we went up to there, and it was
even in the greenhouse,
straight from garden to mouth. I wasn't mad.
Up until we had this big snowstorm, I still had 2 tubs of lettuces growing in the greenhouse. Nice. So that greenhouse is such a valuable piece on a homestead.
Oh yeah, and it's coming. It's coming. Like I said, a couple of raised beds, and I want to do a big hoop house, like greenhouse type thing. And I'm not going to use visqueen. I'm going to use the clear corrugated plastic and stuff and make it like something that'll last.
Yeah, because we only got I really expected to get at least 2 years out of that one wrap of using the visqueen, but we didn't. I mean, and I even bought the thick, heavy stuff, and it made it the summer sun here in Arkansas is brutal.
It is.
Yeah. Between the sun and for me, it's wind. I got a lot of wind up there, and
it held up in the wind. Surprisingly, doing it as long as it was pulled tight, the wind honestly didn't hurt it. It was the sun, and then the fact that we had a sprinkler system set up that it would get it wet, and then the sun would hit it, and that constant getting wet and then drying out in the sun. I mean, you blew on it. You know, once it got one little hole.
Are we still talking about greenhouses?
Yeah, okay. I think so.
All right. That went all over the place right there. I was like, this is not the only thing.
Welcome to my world.
You gotta keep them coming. You never know what's gonna come out of someone's mouth on this.
When I give them the camera, I'll send them out to video something, and it's like nothing would. There's each sentence would run into another sentence, would run into another sentence. I'm like, I can't even find a place to clip.
My brain works faster than my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking of 3 sentences ahead before it comes out, and then I don't know what happens. I'm new here.
Yeah, I'm all sidetracked now.
You're welcome.
Yep, no problem. Squirrel. Production though, man, we got a lot done yesterday. A whole lot done, and y'all are going to be mind blown of the new pump house. It's turning out quite sexy.
It is very
really good.
It might be one of the sexiest pump houses on YouTube by the time I'm done with it. It's turning out a lot better than I thought it was going to turn out, for some cheap plywood and stuff like that, and a little makeshift kitchen thing. Today's kind of cool. We're going to get their truck today.
Yes.
That's where we're headed right now. And then when we get back, basically, I don't know if y'all watched the Vanilla Ice DIY thing. You know, he does home flipping and stuff.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And he calls putting the jewelry on it. You know,
okay, yeah. I remember
today we're putting the jewelry on it. We're doing all the final touches that's really going to make this thing pop. And I've added a couple of things to the design because we changed a couple of things, and everything in the pump house was completely disconnected. The well, the water, the lines, like 100% completely disassembled and redone and reorganized and all that other stuff, which opened up more space to do things. And there's an exciting new thing that's coming that's going to be a game changer that I have not had yet on the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
I am just beyond excited, and it's going to change my life. So happy. So I'm as happy as a puppy with 2 Peters. Come on. That's happy. So it's coming. We're going to get that done, but we wanted to go ahead and get the truck this morning before we got started so we don't have to stop. And we're just going to keep going, and the goal is to finish it today as far as that, so we can kind of get that behind, because then I get to start on the chicken coop for Bobblehead, to get the chickens for Bobblehead. Excited about that. I've been wanting chickens for a long time, ever since I worked for the chicken farm when I first got here, and they told me I wasn't allowed to have none. You know how it is when they tell you can't do something. That's all you want. You know what I mean? So get some chickens, fresh eggs. Yeah, there you go. Another step. Being able to just go get some groceries.
Nothing
Yeah.
better.
I had 30-something chickens in Florida. Like, I had more eggs than I knew what to do with it. Fresh eggs taste better. I don't
Oh, they
care
do.
what they say.
And we naturally eat a lot of eggs anyways,
Yeah.
even before we got the chickens. And so, yeah, there was no ands, ifs, or buts. There wasn't anybody going to come around and say, well, you can't have chickens, because they just get sent packing down the door.
Well, you better not work for a chicken farm. Yeah.
I work for a chicken farmer, my wife. Like, there's my boss right there. Still trying to find the time clock. I need to check out one of these days.
Yeah. Well, if you ask her, you never checked in. She's like, when are you going to clock in? Like, I got work to do. She's a whip cracker, guys. Let me tell you what. She'll feed you. But she'll work to what's happening out of you. But let me tell you what. Well, she's like, all right, y'all see y'all done eating. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. She's like, hey, we didn't put gas in the car just to sit here. I fed you. Get to doing work. Do stuff.
But the funny thing is boy, when she's ready to shut it down, it's shut down. She's like, deuces. And she's gone.
I'm old. I need my sleep.
We had biscuits and gravy this morning, guys.
Oh,
Biscuits and
yeah.
gravy. She hit me up as soon as I opened up the door. We didn't go in until like 1 o'clock last night, me and him. And then I stayed up for like another hour and a half. I had a war last night because my doors in the tiny house were open all day long. And now that it heated up a little bit, it's 67 degrees right now in February, guys. It's crazy. The flies are back. And oh my God, there were so many flies in my tiny house, and I just can't handle sleeping with flies on me and stuff. So I literally went on an hour and a half war last night. There's dead flies everywhere in my cabin.
Mind pictures that brings to.
Oh yeah, I'm all on the bed. Y'all know how it's tucked into the thing, and You know, I took a shower and there was a bunch of flies in the shower, and I'm in there with a fly swatter in the shower, going to war with flies. Came out of there, jumped on my bed and on my knees, slapping walls. There's bug guts there. I got to do a deep clean of my house when all this is over, because there's flies everywhere.
And I get too, yeah.
So I finally got to bed about 2:30 last night. I woke up about 7:30. As soon as I opened the door, it's like she had her ESP on. Talking about, you got that cast iron skillet?
I already
Biscuits
had
and gravy
going.
done. Like, I need to make the biscuits. I was like, I looked at her and I was grabbing my monster. I'm like, she's like, go ahead and get your brain to wake up. I was like, all right, I'll do that. I'll be back.
Well, and she's normally up. It doesn't matter where we're at or anything. Like, she's up an hour or two before anybody else. And, you know, she sometimes kind of, you know, blonde moments that and forgets, hey, she's been up for 2 hours, had a half a pot of coffee already. She's ready to go. And we're still like, I don't even know if I have my eyes open yet.
I got her tomorrow, though, because yesterday I woke up before everybody, because I get up early myself.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow morning, I'm going to go on and get up before her. I'm going to knock on the door, tell my, hey, that breakfast ready? Hey, where's it at? I'm hungry.
Well, tomorrow, since we had biscuits and gravy today, and there's always left, I'm always making enough gravy that there's some left over, because it's a 2-day breakfast. The first day you get your biscuits and gravy, and then the second day I do a skillet. So I fry up potatoes, and you get eggs, and I think I'm out of bacon, but we're going to have to stop at the store. And drizzle cheese over, the gravy on top, you know, like a breakfast skillet. And,
You know, I told her, I said, you know, I'm still single. And you going to get me big as this truck before you leave. Y'all going to be on the way back home and be doing crunches. trying to cut down the weight. Because she's been feeding this boy. Like, feeding us.
Yeah, and it's, well, and I tell everybody, I said, there's a reason that I work. I mean, one, I like working, and it feels, you know, my body feels better when I'm doing something. Yeah. But if I didn't, I would be 500 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Like
that's like Anthony over there at Country Road Cure. I don't know how that boy ain't 300 pounds. Like, Roxanne can get down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she can get down.
She's a great cook, too.
Actually, I was supposed to go there tonight, and if y'all are watching this, I'm sorry. Things happened because I was supposed to go to their calzones tonight or whatever.
Oh, that's right. But
then everything changed, and you know, so we rescheduled for next Friday.
Sorry.
So, that's fine. I get to eat now all this, and then next Friday I still get calzones, so it worked out pretty good. But yeah, we're making huge progress. The videos will be coming out here soon. I think there's one video that's going to come out on Come On Homesteading. The first part of this, which is basically me starting to put up the walls and stuff like that, and then Mike came up for a couple hours on the day 2 and we finished the ceiling, and then that'll probably be that video, which was a big change from the original. And then we'll pick up to what all we did yesterday and a couple of things that we got to do this morning to finish up the fine tuning, and then we're putting the kitchen together. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's yeah, I'm excited. I mean, because a lot of this stuff that I just did on our own house.
Yeah.
So it's fresh in my brain to be able to do it, but then to know the convenience that you're going to benefit, you know, even with us leaving.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, that was just like we went over and helped Mel and Gary, you know, for a couple days working on their projects, and having those extra set of hands, we were able to get done in one day what would have taken them 2 days, if not more.
Yeah, so it's huge.
And most importantly, what else are you going to install today for me, Dave?
The laundry thing.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, space. Yeah, we will.
Oh.
We're going to hook the washing machine up today, because I got all the hoses and the drain hose and all that other stuff, and they need to do laundry. Still not going to have the dryer, because I got to bring gas into there. And like, I have just the hot water heater on one tank, and I have the heater on another tank. I don't want to run the dryer on another tank and just have all these random hoses coming in there. So dryer ain't that big of a deal for me right now, but I have everything that we need to do the water. And I want to see the washing machine work anyways, because I bought it and I ain't never used it. So.
And yesterday, Mike and Alyssa did a Walmart run for us
Yep.
while they were in town, and so I was able to get some laundry detergent and stuff, and also
I'm glad
a
you said that.
clothesline and a clothespin. So
Yeah, because I gave all mine to Lissa because Lissa does my laundry. I paid Lissa to do my laundry.
I prepared.
Right now, so. And I had like the gain and the fabric shit. I was like, here, take all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's another big step closer. I mean, to have the washing machine done, where all we're down to is the dryer. And now that everything is in its last place, as far as the hot water heater and all that other stuff, now I am truly ready to be able to run gas in there. The heater is where it's going to go. The hot water heater is where it's going to go. The dryer is where it's going to go. So now, being that I'm not putting the outdoor kitchen on the outside anymore, I'm not going to need that gas hook up there. So now I can truly like run the lines and stuff, because I still ain't found a plumber to do it, so I'm just going to do it myself. I can do it. It's one of those things that I would rather just pay to do, so I could focus on something else and just have that done.
Right.
But being that I can't seem to find a plumber around here that wants to make any money, I'm just going to do it myself. I have a tractor to dig the ditches, and it's just a matter of really going to buy the stuff. And most of it's like compression fitting type stuff now anyway.
Yeah,
so,
and that's, I was the same boat when we were talking about doing our house. Was, man, it's gas.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you've got a leak or something, or do something wrong, and
it could kill you.
right, I mean, next thing you know, you got a kaboom. And we like fire, just not our house on fire and big kaboom, so.
Well, you was in the military. You seen enough kabooms.
I did a few kabooms.
He showed me some kabooms last night. Crazy.
It's good times.
We need that on the mountain.
Oh.
I tell you what, everything, the road be fixed and everything be cleared.
Well, and with those ones that I got to play with back then, the mountain might be a little shorter by the time we were done with it.
Yeah, that took her to dig it down.
You did say you wanted a pond.
That is true. It would definitely make quick work of that. It would definitely make quick work of that. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on today. I also pulled out, what you don't even know this, you was in the shower, a big old pork butt to start defrosting. Because we talked about it on their live last night. I don't know if we talked about it on here yesterday or not. But we're going to do a Fired Up Friday together. And I've decided I'm probably going to cook a pork butt and make some like barbecue sliders or something like that. And then she can use the inside kitchen deal for the first time, doing some sides and some cool stuff for that. So, what do you think?
I think that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I think I need to stop at the store.
Yeah.
Well,
We're going to go to Walmart.
Sweetness.
So, and it's also Super Bowl Sunday the next day. So, with a big old pork butt, it gives me,
How'd that happen?
barbecues and all that stuff to eat, groceries on the next day.
Right.
So, you got to be a multitasker, and everything's got to have multi-purpose out here. Like all this kitchen stuff I'm building, it's actually for the shop eventually.
Yeah.
So it's not a wasted money. It serves its needs now, but in the future, actually has a home and a purpose.
And we love thrifting and finding a good deal and saving money and stuff, and that's
Huge
been
factor.
our whole point and purpose when we do that's our controlling factor, I guess.
Yeah.
Is, does it serve a purpose? And if it can serve multiple purposes, oh heck yeah, we don't even question about purchasing it, because we live in a tiny house. It's 452 square feet, and so
And it's 95% thrifted.
yeah, and
Fixtures,
space is limited.
cabinets,
So we don't have this 1,200 square foot kitchen. I have a 12 by 12 kitchen, plus it's a dining room too, and countertop space. You can't, which we have. I mean, she does have probably all the gadgets that one would really need for a kitchen, but they're not sitting on the counter all the time. You got to move things around, and so it's a thought process. But if you can get multiple uses out of it, heck yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we are getting close to our destination. I am glad that y'all rode with us today. It is Friday! It is time for the weekend, guys. Make sure y'all do something fun this weekend. Make sure that you do something nice for somebody, guys. And even though you're out having fun and doing stuff for other people, make sure that you take a small step closer to your own goals. Because next thing you know, you're going to wake up and you're there. Come on. But no matter what, go over and check these guys out at White Rock Homestead. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Tell them Come On sent you. And keep it real. Come on.